In the heart of a quiet American town, where the golden arches of McDonald's glow even after midnight, something terrifying lurks in the shadows. Employees whisper of strange noises, flickering lights, and orders that come through even when no one's there. Some call it urban legend, others know the truth. This is the story of a midnight shift that turned into a living nightmare. The midnight shift was always slow. The town slept while the fluorescent lights of McDonald's buzzed quietly in the stillness. The kitchen smelled of old grease and reheated patties, the floors mopped and shining, and the parking lot was empty, except for a single, flickering streetlight casting distorted shadows. There were 3 workers on duty, but the silence between them was heavy. Every night seemed the same, until the night it all changed. The first sign came when the headset beeped at 2:17 a.m. No car outside, no tires crunching gravel, just the hiss of static, followed by a distorted voice placing an order. The voice was faint, crackling, almost unintelligible, but the words were clear enough. 1 happy meal. Something about the voice was wrong. It sounded like it was being spoken underwater. The employee repeated the order. No response, but the headset light stayed green, as if someone was still on the line. Minutes later, the order screen in the kitchen updated itself. A Happy Meal ticket printed. No one had touched the register. They stared at it, joked that it was a glitch. One of them prepared the meal and placed it on the pickup counter, still laughing. But no one came to get it. They looked outside again. The lot was still empty. That's when the cold set in. The temperature in the store dropped suddenly, like someone had opened the freezer door. The drink machine hissed on its own. Ketchup packets exploded one by one in the condiment bin. The Happy Meal box slid slightly off the counter, landing with a soft thud. A soft, childlike giggle echoed from the play area, which had been closed for years. No one wanted to admit they heard it, but they all did. The cameras showed nothing. The monitors glitched with static. The clock on the wall blinked 2:17 again, even though nearly half an hour had passed. Then the fryer turned on by itself. Oil bubbling, but nothing in the basket. At 3 a.m., the manager tried to shut everything down. The system wouldn't let him. Registers locked. Freezers opened on their own. The McDonald's jingle began to play faintly from the intercom, slowed down and warped, like a broken music box. Then the screen lit up again. Another order. 1 happy meal. This time, the voice whispered something else after. Something that made their blood run cold. I never got my toy. The lights flickered. Doors slammed. Shadows moved against the walls with no source. One of the workers ran out to the parking lot only to find fresh, small footprints in the grease-stained pavement. Tiny, barefoot prints leading from the dumpster to the entrance. Inside, the playground lights, long shut off, were glowing again. The tunnel slide vibrated slightly like something had crawled through it moments ago. A soft thump echoed from the ball pit. The giggling returned, but this time it was closer. Inside the dining area, near the counter. The workers huddled together, refusing to move, but the screens wouldn't stop printing orders. More and more Happy Meals. Each ticket time-stamped 2:17 a.m., each with the same note. Where's my toy? Then the power went out completely. Silence. Blackness. Only the emergency lights hummed, casting red glows over the walls. The smell of burning fries lingered in the air, even though nothing was cooking. When the lights came back on seconds later, the Happy Meal boxes were gone. every single one of them. Only the ketchup stains remained, smeared like handprints across the counter. The door to the freezer was open again. Inside, someone, or something, had written a message into the frost, "Still hungry." The fryer beeped once, then again. Then the sound wouldn't stop. Beep, 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 as if someone was pressing the timer over and over. Then the drive-through speaker clicked on by itself. Breathing, slow, raspy, unnatural breathing. Then a voice whispered, "You forgot my toy." The register drawer slammed open, spilling coins across the floor. The drink machine shot soda straight into the air. The ball pit balls rolled into the hallway. The lights turned blood red, and the giggling was now all around them. One of the employees vanished when they blinked. Gone. No trace. The other two ran to the exit, but it was locked from the inside. Something began crawling through the ceiling vents. Fast, loud, metal bending. Then silence again. When the morning crew arrived at 6 a.m., the entire restaurant was a mess. Grease spilled on the floors, toys scattered across the counter. Dozens of old Happy Meal toys from decades ago. The power flickered when they entered. The time on the clock was stuck at 2:17 a.m. No sign of the night crew, except for a single headset lying on the ground, smeared with ketchup. The play area was still glowing faintly, though unplugged. The slide was wet, dripping some clear fluid. Police were called. The CCTV footage was corrupted, except for a single frame showing a child-sized figure standing at the counter, holding an empty Happy Meal box. The store closed for a week, then reopened, and the orders started coming in again, only during the midnight shift. Sometimes just one, sometimes 3 or 4 in a row. Always Happy Meals, always with the same whispered note, "I never got my toy." No employee lasted more than a week. Even now, if you drive past that McDonald's at 2:17 a.m., you might see the lights flicker. You might hear static on your car radio. And if you stop and roll down your window, you might hear a voice whisper, "One Happy Meal, please." The midnight shift at McDonald's still runs, but some orders are never meant to be fulfilled.